second time walking in the apartment, but this time I had the signed rental agreement in my hand, and suddenly the apartment looked eerily different. The beige linoleum looked so cold and uninviting and unloving. The typical German white wallpapered walls looked so uninspiring. And then I noticed, oh, there's a puddle under the balcony door. Could be black mold. It doesn't matter. I went on the balcony, took a deep breath of fresh air and thought, I feel so free. My life is moving once again. I'm in alignment with my values and beliefs after making quite a detour. And somehow I'd figure that out with the floor and the walls and the puddle on the floor. And out of the silence, there came this deafening, loud noise of an airplane, which I hadn't noticed. And it's like Marcel Proust has this quote, look at new landscapes with new eyes. Well, this was like looking at my new apartment with new ears. I was very close to Tegel Airport, and the airplanes were literally flying overhead. I could wave to the pilot, and it was really loud. But I thought, Meeet. I went into the house, closed the door, and I thought, this will be good for my resilience. I will learn to deal with this. You know when your life feels very chaotic and you need to do something to get structure and order? Right? So what I do is, at least I did, is I decided I'm going to build IKEA shrink closet. Because I just needed to have little compartments and drawers. Hannah can relate to the structure in my life. And it's guaranteed success. All I had to do was follow the instructions, which are not even readable. You just have to follow the picture. Step by step, I will have success. So I take everything out of the box, the pegs, the wood, the instructions. That little S tool, right? 2 people. I was like, well, there's not 2 people and I need order in my life. It's going to have to work with 1. So I begin. And I found all these creative ways to deal with the second person. So I get it was a tall closet. So I'd get the one panel and put it next to the wall, it'd fall. Then I get 2 chairs to hold it. And as the second one, it would come to hook it together, it would fall again. And then I started to get really creative. I would put one leg was holding up the wall, the other one was turning, and I had the top of the closet on my head. It almost worked. Oh my God. When suddenly everything crashed down upon me. And it hurt. Also emotionally. And I broke down. If you open up and just let one negative thought in there, the door's ajar, they just come flooding in. You know, would I make it? Would it be okay financially? Artistically, spiritually, the list was on and on. The unloving floor underneath me, the diesel droppings from the plane above me. I was like, Dyane, stop. So I go out into the balcony, and there's this extraordinary thing that happens. It's November, it's cold, it's dark, it's wet. And I see the most beautiful butterfly there on the ground. And I get down to be eye level with this butterfly, and this is a true story, actually videotaped, as you can see it up on YouTube. The butterfly was a mirror of me. He had these hair-like legs, and he was trudging along through the puddle, and his wings seemed so heavy. And we were like in this cosmic conversation with each other. And at the same time, a plane started to take off from Tegel. So the butterfly was trying to take off, and it was like perfectly timed that you could hear the engine of the airplane starting to take off. It got louder and louder and louder and louder and louder. And this butterfly takes off. And I thought, oh yeah, it's a message from my dad. He had just passed away a month ago. And this was his way of saying, Dyane, don't give up. Believe in yourself. You can do it. And I was like, yeah. My father was always a very optimistic optimist. So I went inside. I looked at this pile of white pressed wood. And I learned 2 things. One, if IKEA says it needs 2 people, they're right. That I couldn't do this alone, I would have to get help. And the second, the butterfly, right, starts as a caterpillar, fuzzy, down to the earth, inch by inch by inch, and had transformed this beautiful living creature full of light and color, and it was taking off. And I knew at that moment I would too. That's my strange story.